go. Hello everyone, I'm going to be starting in just a second. I'm running a bit late. I was stuck in having a conversation with someone on the Lotro team heading into today's share. So I'm running just a few minutes late. No big deal. Yes, Mr. Owl, I hear you. Or Ms. Owl. Tell you, after all this winter stock excitement, it's going to be a darn boring show. I need to start learning to play music. Yeah. How's it going, everyone? All right, am I ready to go? What the heck am I doing? Oh yeah, I need to adjust Twitch. The dashboard. Hello, and welcome to Court of the Rings on twitch.tv/LotroStream, youtube.com/Lord of the Rings/live, and facebook.com/Lotro. Welcome to all the Facebook watchers and YouTube viewers and Twitch viewers as well. Thank you very much for being here. This is Court of the Rings, a weekly show that's date will soon be changing. Talk about that in a second. Basically with the SSG's community manager, me, Cordovan, try to answer as many of your questions as I can and do some questing and hanging out and events and release notes and everything I can think of. So how you doing? Alright. Hello, Gumskang, Hedurb, Helga Marie, Druid's Fire, McVegan Pants, Big Ed, Agrimore, Adrinthan, Menora's Flame, CP of Landreval, AJ Bookworm, Spilo, St. Joan. I will mention right off the bat a couple of things. First off, I have an interview, I believe, this weekend with Stifala, a German Lotro player. So I'm going to leave it up to Stifala to do the promotion on it, but I think we're getting together Saturday late afternoonish to talk Lotro. I haven't actually seen the questions that are going to be asked, so I can't actually tell you if I'm going to be able to answer a single one of them. But as per usual, I will do my best. The other thing, programming note, Court of the Rings is getting a new day. So previously I have been streaming at noon on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday and Friday is the Dungeons & Dragons Online side, and then Thursday is Lord of the Rings Online. The 2 streams a week on the DDO side actually predate not only Standing Stone Games, but predate me working on Lord of the Rings Online. There was a time where I was 100% DDO, and frankly it just kept me busy. Just doing that. So I had a little bit more free time, and so I did 2 streams on DDO a week. But I have made the executive decision to kill one of those shows. And the reason for that is thus. I'm pretty time-boxed, as some might imagine and are already well aware, during the week. So I need to free up my Thursdays, because Thursdays are the days I do the bonus announcing, the Beacon, the Chronicle, bunch of kind of behind-the-scenes meetings and things like that. And I am just out of time on Thursdays, so I have to open up my schedule. So, what I'm doing is I'm ending my Friday DDO show, and then I am moving Court of the Rings to Friday at noon. So, starting next week, Court of the Rings Online will be at noon Eastern on Fridays. no longer Thursdays, so that I could open up this time in my schedule. Hopefully we'll be able to do, long term, I'd like to get some more special streams, either Lotro team members or maybe some special design talks or Q&A things like that. But none of that stuff's going to happen unless I free up some time in my schedule. So, and that's right. The other reason, AJ Bookworm, I did look at the Friday schedule and it's nice and full. So what we're going to have is Friday morning, pretty much clear through till the wee hours of Saturday morning, we are going to have non-stop Lotro streaming. A lot of people watch Twitch streams on Friday. A lot of people game on Friday nights and things like that. So Friday's a great day in terms of doing that. Yep. So, noon, Fridays, from now on, other than this week, this will be the last week we're doing Thursday at noon, starting next week, Friday at noon, and there we go. Any ETA on Update 22 on Bull Roar? I have not heard of any further update on that. I think we're looking at perhaps as soon as, well, within the next couple weeks, if not next week. I'm actually looking something up real quick. The other piece I would mention is we're still working on our Lotro calendar, but we have updated the event schedule for the next couple of weeks here. So if you want to take a look at what's going on in the event schedule, that'll be there real soon. All right, so let me see. Alright, yeah, so it looks like not next week, but perhaps the end of the following week. So that would put it February 2nd-ish. We are intending to, we have scheduled on a calendar at least, potentially doing our first Update 22 on Bull Roar. So that would be Friday, February 2nd. That may change. You know, as with all these Bull Roar things, they're ready when they're ready. We get them done when we can get them done. So they do tend to be pretty flexible on the dates, but that is the general intention. Is it looks like not next week, but the week after. So there we go. Let me quick take a look at YouTube. Hello there, and then on Facebook. Please tell when the other music events will be and which server, so I can have a character in place. What about scaling to level 115 Throne Raid? At this point, we do not have plans to scale Throne of the Dread Terror to 115, but we'll see what ends up happening there. In terms of the other musical events, here is what I would recommend. Go to a player-run website called LotroArtists.com. LotroArtists.com. They keep sort of the master calendar of all band events in Lotro. And they do a fantastic job of that. So rather than me trying to duplicate their incredible work, let them do it. So LotroArtists.com will be the master place to go for all calendars. Are we going to have a developer diary concerning Update 22? Perhaps. I don't know that we're going to have a developer diary concerning Mirkwood, but I have heard of an interest, at least, in putting together one for the new fiddle. So we'll kind of have to see what ends up happening there. But perhaps. Okay, why is my push to talk not working? Hello? Hello? Dost thou hearest me? I'm not hearing you. Oh, I know why I'm not hearing you. It's because I've got my audio set for Winterstock. That'll explain things. Alright, so let me turn that down. That up. That up. That up. Mic test. Mic test. Alright, cool. You should be able to hear me now. Is Update 22 going to be an expansion? No, it is not going to be an expansion. One of the Teal Doomfold Scholar recipes shows the incorrect thing when hovering over the item itself. It shows some nobleman's thing instead of the illuminated scroll it is supposed to show. I'm going to assume that QA is aware of this. But if not, I'll have to let them know. Ooh, run speed boost. Can't go wrong there. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out where I actually am here. It looks like I was up to Book 5, Chapter 5, The Last Refuge. So perhaps I should run that. I believe that is, yeah, Gimli and Rivendell. And since you're here with me, Druid's Fire, it'd be good to have you with me. So let me head to Rivendell, and we'll take care of it. Except that that person isn't going to let me go there. Yeah, okay, so Thornhod first. There we go. What is it going to be? So it's unchanged from the producer's letter. So look at the producer's letter, and that'll tell you what Update 22 is going to be. But we're heading into Mirkwood, Northern Mirkwood.
What can I do for you?
And like I said, there's actually some story stuff that's in the producer's letter. So just go and read that up. But it is not going to be an expansion. Chromite, I'm going to say no. There is no way for you to get your loot if it bugged out and the GM, for whatever reason, had decided not to assist you. Maybe it's a chest lock thing? I don't know. Any news on class balance update and even more important skills being fixed like Hunter Barrage bug? Nothing new to announce other than to say that we are continuing to plan for that stuff and work on it throughout the year. I actually have a longer term goal here to get a bunch of the systems devs in a room and start saying, okay, so which one's next? And then which one after that? And then which one after that? But the reality is, per usual, a lot of that sort of stuff happens when time permits, when it intersects with other systems work being done, things like that. So it's going to be a fairly flexible schedule regardless. But I do want to try to get you guys and gals a better sense of our class plans, both short and long term. But nothing to announce. Sorry.
Skorgrim's dour hands have taken refuge from the wrath of Durin's folk within an ancient dwarf hold, high in the passes of the misty mountains.
Is work on the avatars finished?
There
No, it is ongoing.
Unless an end can be put to their scheming once and for all.
Will you just look at this?
Your doom has arrived, Dour Hands. We'll design you guys to death. Specifically, just in case you're specifically asking about avatars, the human, or not human, but Hobbit and Dwarf is next. And that work is ongoing. I have not heard of plans to put a sale on character name changes. I can ask e-commerce how we do that, but I have not heard of that. Do we typically have that on sale? I don't think so, do we? I don't think name changes are part of our typical sales rotation. Are they? Maybe I'm just totally off base. Man, those guys have got some vitality, don't they? Or morale. Whatever. Where are my glowing hands? I don't know. No, I have not yet had someone say, what about the 64-bit client? The reality is, we have nothing to say until it's ready to be done. When it's ready to be done, we'll let you know. I appreciate that people are excited about it and want to ask me about it every week, but I literally have nothing new to say. And I will continue to have nothing new to say until the work on it is closer to being finished. Sorry. Why am I in healing mode? The reason I am in healing mode is because I was grouping with someone this week, and I needed to heal them. Plus, I am grouping with Azurbel, and I thought maybe I would need to heal her, although it does not look like I actually do, so I should probably change back to Dissonance. I am not aware of us intending to do further work on the elves for the Avatar revamp. I cannot spoil Update 22, I apologize. I can tell you it will not include flower picking, as someone suggested in Twitch chat. There you go. But no, Druid's Fire, for some reason I am not hearing you in chat. Let me double check my settings, make sure I've got it set right. Voice playback is set to speakers. Capture on microphone. Voice volume is up. Voice is enabled. Yeah, we should be able to hear you, but I'm not. I don't know if you're muted or what's going on. I am aware of Discord. It is annoying. I noticed as of yesterday, a lot less gold spammers, so we do something to combat them. I mean, we are always working to combat gold spammers. We have not done any major changes I'm aware of in the last 24 to 48 hours. They kind of come and go based on their desire to annoy the community. We are planning to do more, though. I don't know. We did have a meeting yesterday where it came up. I don't know what we basically just came up with some ideas of things to do. Sorry, Jesse D. I am not sure about a particular skill lag issue you're reporting. Any good news for creeps? You know, I've been pretty consistent in our feedback as to what we plan to do with PvMP this year, which is we're not doing a complete overhaul of PvMP this year. Any work we do will be targeted and relatively small in scope. How do you change your Lotro password these days? Several ways to do it. You can do it through myaccount.standingstonegames.com. myaccount.standingstonegames.com. You can also click forgot password on the launcher, and it'll go through kind of an email reset flow. Those are the two main ways to do it. After the remaining new models, is the work on the avatars finished? No. We're going to be kind of continuing to cycle through all the races that have not had avatar revamp work done to them, and we'll be continuing to do that. It's a long-term project. You know, it's not something that we're going to call, you know, stamp done and then just never touch again. Yes, I'm a minstrel. Looking at Facebook chat, sorry if I missed a few posts. Facebook is not good at showing me the chat room very well. I can only see the 4 most recent posts, so if it scrolls by quick, or if I don't keep a constant eye on it, it tends to be a little, it's easy for me to skip, not catch a question. How long will the Mordor Standard Edition be available? We have no intention to reduce or to get rid of the expansion bundles. So long term, no plans to change. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of dwarfs. We can clearly see physical gear behind me, and he plans to offer any Lotro shirts or items through a merchandise website. Not solid concrete plans. We have periodically and fairly regularly are like, man, I wonder if we should totally do that. And so there's definitely an interest in offering it. It's just not something we've been able to really pursue to bring to fruition at this point. The stuff that you do see behind me, all of our all of the kind of swag that we have for Lotro was made for generally conventions back in the day. We had a few kind of employee shirts and things like that as well. So just about everything you see comes from, say, a PAX or something like, yeah, PAX generally, East or West. But yes, if you ask me, I am definitely down for having Lotro shirts. I think we might make a little money, but I think the community would very much appreciate it. I don't think we'd make too much money. Cost of physical merchandise tends to have a pretty tiny margin. But, you know. No specific news about the Bjorning other than, again, a wide understanding that the Bjorning needs work. And we intend to do that work. Any Twitter account we can follow for your interview this weekend? I assume so. I don't know off the top of my head what Stefala's Twitter handle is. Maybe he can pop into chat and say, but if I do get an opportunity, I'll post it over on Lotro's Twitter.
Let us away.
Let us away. Okay, I gotta talk to Gloin. Where are you, Gloin? Camp north of Rivendell. Okay. So yeah, it'll be on Lotro Twitter if I have a good thing to tell you. So. Okay. Looks like we are heading north in Rivendell. So probably the road to the Misty Mountains. You say that, Jamaican Gravy, merchandising is so cheap these days, but it actually, when you start looking at t-shirts, you know, I'm someone who's done a lot of time putting together band shirts and things like that over the years, and I can tell you for a fact that it's actually not that cheap. Not unless you get to such a large scale that, you know, you're printing a huge number of these things at once. If you're only making, like, let's say, 5,000 t-shirts or something like that, you're generally looking at about $15-ish per shirt, maybe even higher, to have it printed. And so between that and, well, maybe 10-ish. Well, between that and shipping costs, you're usually looking at a pretty skinny margin there.
Alright, can you hear me now, Jerry?
I can! Yay!
Hello, chat. Can you hear me now? Oh my god.
Did you pull a Cordovan? Did you have a button muted?
No, it's the fact that you insist on using in-game voice, and in-game voice does not like the fact that I've got like 3 microphones here, and the fact that it prefers Discord. You should use Discord.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm sorry, folks.
By the way, did you
I
see
find
that
Discord to be one of the most
Yeah.
annoying programs to have ever been released on a computer. Oh my god. Yeah.
It's not as annoying as Skype.
It's way more annoying than Skype.
No, it isn't.
Yeah. Yes, it is. You could be wrong. That's fine. Skype doesn't
Oh,
say.
I am never
Skype doesn't
wrong.
poke you on the shoulder and go, "Hey, hey, 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 hey."
Well, you just
Discord
need
is
to know
the
how
king
to
of "Are
use
we
it,
there
right?
yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" So.
You need to learn how to use the notification settings, my friend.
I have. You know, and then it's like, I've already muted, say, 100 different channels, and I've only got 300 and some more to go. If I wish to spend an entire day muting channels in Discord, I am welcome to.
The only thing about Discord that annoys me is the @everyone and @here tags, because especially if you're in an international group, like my other kin, one of my other kins, I got 4 kins on Mindable now, is I've got an international kin, the Department of Homeland Security. So you don't want somebody sending you an @everyone when it's like 5 in the morning your time, because that's A, rude, and B, yeah, it's gonna make people's phones go
I also
off.
like how
And
you
it's
can
like,
turn
well,
on
you should
streamer
be
mode, and then you close the game
Yeah.
client, and then it turns off streamer mode on you, so you turn it on again, and then it turns it off on you again, because it constantly wants to send you notifications, regardless of whether you were just like,
You're
I
not using it
never,
right.
there is never a time I ever want to see a notification from Discord, ever. You would think there would be a one-button way to be like, just please stop. Please stop
Yeah,
Discord.
there are ways to do that.
Yep.
It's okay, Jesse. I'm just trolling Gordo because it's fun.
Yeah. I agree that it is a very useful tool in terms of group chat and things like that. But in terms of a program that just, I tend to multitask a lot in my community work and at home. And having Discord just be like, I'm the most important, love me, constantly just drives me up the freaking wall.
I'm about to show you something that's going to drive you up the wall even faster.
Yep.
You made the mistake of dropping the snowball emotes on... Yeah, I did that.
Yeah. Why was the phone service from contact support removed since the game is under Standing Stone Games? The phone support was an old Warner Brothers thing, and we no longer had the resources or interest to support a large phone tree system. So that's the deal with that.
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
Yes, really, and anybody offering to sell raid loot or titles, or frankly any item in-game for real-life currency is doing something against the rules. So I'm just trying to go through chat. Will seals, marks, and medallion seals get a new purpose? You can only use it to buy relics at the moment. That's been going on for a long time now. You have over 2,000 of them and want to know if there are plans. I've not heard of plans specifically to do that, but I would never say never on that kind of thing. I'd hang on to them. Do we have any plans of fixing how character selection menu and loading screens aspect ratio don't fit cool monitors' resolutions? Yes-ish. We do probably have some character selection screen and other UI work planned for this year. On the loading screen issue, it's really an old tech issue dating back to when Lotro came out in 2007. That the loading screens require, by default, that they be put in a 4:3 ratio. So that is why they look kind of stretched on more modern, say, 16:9 monitors. It would be lovely to finally change that and shift finally over to 16:9 and that sort of thing. But that's going to take some work, and we just haven't really set aside the time to do that. All right. Yeah. I was trying to catch up on chat. It looks like we had a bit of an argument in Twitch chat. Play nice, folks. I appreciate that there's a group of PvMPers who would really like us to hard focus on PvMP, but we just don't have the plans to do that in the short term here. Please answer the shutter screen issue. So I'm not quite sure what that issue is.
Speak up or leave me be.
All right. So I'm just clearing out some stuff. Someday I'm gonna get into crafting, but that day is not today. I just don't have
Don't send her your crafting mats. Send them to me. I'll take them.
that means I have to deal with sending them to someone. I don't have the time for that. Who's got the time for that? I don't have the time for that. Too much work. Scout the borders of Heligrad, okay.
Alright, it's going up the mountain again.
Yep. Is Standing Stone Games going to change how they handle lifetime subscriptions and how they are able to purchase expansions via Lotro points? No on both counts. We intend to honor long-term the old lifetime subscriptions to Lord of the Rings Online, and we have no plans to change the way we handle expansions being purchased with Lotro points. No time to send you the crafting materials yet. I kept the festival consumables.
I know, Jerry. I'm very sad about this. I'm so disappointed in you right now.
Yeah, well, maybe I should. I don't know. I just... Whatever. I just sort of roll with the flow. So... If something seems like a lot of work, I just don't do it. I actually do plan to get into crafting, but it just... At this point, I'd have to go back to all these lobby zones and start grinding up crafting levels and all that sort of thing. And I just don't really want to do that. The main thing of this character needs to do is level up. So I can start playing higher level content. Everything else has to kind of come secondary.
Should ride your elk.
I just thought maybe I'd
if you want to
pick
slay
up.
your entire...
Yeah, I just pick up some XP on my way up here. Get a sense of the mod I'm going to be fighting for a while. Court of the Ring t-shirts. That is a terrible idea. Nobody wants a Court of the Rings t-shirt.
I do. I could turn it into a dartboard.
Nice. Yeah, there we go. A Court of the Rings dartboard. Can put phrases I use too often on each number, and then you can just sort of...
Well, I found a perfect way to keep from you getting hit with snowballs all the time. Be in combat. I can't throw them at you in combat.
I don't mind being hit by snowballs. It's fine. You know, I really... I don't know if I've actually given a good enough shout out to Winterstock 5 yet on Court of the Rings here, but man, was Winterstock 5
Oh, that was so much fun.
awesome! It was so great. I was hoping it would turn out that good, and man, it just even exceeded my expectations. The stream was fantastic, the audience was fantastic, the stream chat was super duper cool. I mean, every single bit about it was just utterly awesome. So thank you so much
Lonely
to
Mountain Bando's the party.
Not just the Lonely Mountain Band, although they certainly get a lot of credit too, but all the other moderators and organizers and bands that put in just hours and hours of practice on this sort of thing. And it was super duper cool. And we also now do have that stuff archived on Twitch. If you go to twitch.tv/LotroStream and click on over to Collections, a certain person named Azurbel put a lot of time in to actually collectify it all up into one big collection. So we have got the entirety of the stream separated by band over on our Twitch page. So that's if you missed a specific band or you just want to rehear a specific performance, that's the place to go. Also, Barafunda, I can't think of his URL right off the top of my head, but, you know, Barafunda's sort of zine that he does has also put it into a nice pretty page as well. So if you prefer that over, say, the Twitch UI, that might be a way to do
Barafunda,
it.
aka Zedrock, his zine is good because we didn't have a good, clean copy of Anduin's Ensemble thing because of the stream issue, but I believe Holly Berry captured a YouTube version, so her version's there too.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, you're right. And also Barafunda, in times where it was recorded both by us and perhaps someone else on YouTube or whatever, he included links to all that stuff, so you can kind of have your choice of platform to view it on. Is Miss Lizzie a Maine Coon cat? She is a mutt. I don't actually know what her lineage is. I believe there's some Maine Coon in there. I also believe there's some Norwegian forest cat, I think it's called.
Thank you, Alda, for that link.
You must have already gotten the thing from Helligrod's Treasury, or maybe
yeah.
it was auto-populated, is that right? Because we're heading back to Gloin, right?
I'm ahead of you in the quest.
Oh, okay. So we're just heading back to Gloin at this point.
Yep. Yeah, running through the Misty Mountains feels like sitting in my house right now. It's cold in here. Dan Burke with the awesome, important questions. What inn in Lotro will be the first to serve the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster? Ooh, I'm thinking it's got to be a Dwarven inn because, yeah, the Dwarves are the boozaholics. I mean,
They'd have the
proper
constitution
boozaholics
to
are
handle
good
it. Yeah.
Yeah. The hobbits are nice, but they're more polite drinkers rather than, you know, your football hooligan style of drinking until you pass out.
That
Except
said,
that one guy in Frostbluff.
it could be like an orc camp or something like that too, because, you know.
No, I don't think an orc. Well, you know there's a point to that.
Because it is supposed to pretty much just like destroy you, and orcs would be into getting destroyed.
Yeah, Paraline Winterstock is an annual event, as is their even bigger event, Weatherstock, which happens on the top of Weathertop in July, though I hear tell that we're trying to encourage them to nudge it into August, so a certain somebody whose name I won't mention but rhymes with Cordova might be able to perform there sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Awesome.
can't stream Weatherstock like I do Winterstock because the timing just doesn't work out at all.
Come
So
and stay a moment, friend.
I did want to go back to a question, or not a question, but Brenlu's comment, which is this person was surprised how good the band sounded, being as they are in game. I agree. Some of the, it is kind of mitified in terms of the way it sounds, but people have been able to, over the years, really hone in on what works and what maybe doesn't work as well, and really just knock it out of the park on some of those things to make it just sound really, really cool.
So Jerry,
Should we be
I
able
made
to
a new
ash
alt
the?
last night.
Oh, you made an alt? All right.
Yeah, for music playing. Like, go into that question first.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say, can we please ash housing items from Gorgoroth loot boxes? That's an interesting idea. I'd have to check on the drop rate of housing items, but assuming that their drop rate was similar to the drop rate of other ashable items, and they were only the housing items from Gorgoroth loot boxes that could be ashable, that seems like a possible, like maybe not the worst idea in the world. Give people something to do if they've already got it, basically.
So my music alt is a Hobbit minstrel. Uh, I made a personal kinship for her. Sadly, you cannot have Hobbit or Hobbits in a kinship name anymore, I guess due to naming restrictions. However, I did make the initials of the name I wanted it anyway, and I think you'll appreciate that. TMBH. They might be Hobbits.
Oh, nice, nice. You're actually going to be pursuing this plan then, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I have to, because when I was at work yesterday, I started taking They Might Be Giant songs and making Lord of the Rings online lyrics for them, and I'm like, damn you people.
I like it.
So this is the thing. This is going to happen.
Now we just need a giant
So
class.
you need to make a music alt and join this kinship so that you can. We got to play. We got to be the two Johns. We got to play some They Might Be Giant songs in Leslie.
Although it would have to be more than two, because they are a full band. They've
Well,
been a full band longer than
we gotta
they've
get
been just a
Marty.
two-piece, you know. But yeah,
I know.
yeah. I like
Yes,
this idea
North
though.
Lane. We're in Landerval.
Yeah. Okay, so I got about 5 minutes here. We could probably make the trip to. Oh, Master Elrond? Do I got to go all the way back to Rivendell? Okay, yeah. Let's go to Rivendell then.
It's just on the mountain. There is actually swift travel, but it's just faster to ride down.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Yeah, we'll just swift travel. Now we need a giant class.
You will want to level
Yeah.
a hobbit. A giant. Oh.
See, I like the idea of a giant class, but no, that's never going to happen. Yeah.
I like the idea of having a mammoth mount, and so does Corey. So, if you ever want to make it the Tolkien Professor the happiest person ever, you need to, mammoth mount from Corachel.
Nice. Do we have plans for eliminating the gold spam in World Chat? Yes. I don't know that you're ever going to get rid of all spam in an MMO, but we definitely do want to do more.
You got
Frankly,
a
we've
run
been
boost
working
on or
hard.
something?
I do. I got one from
You ding dong.
from the Hobbit presents or whatever, so I've just been using it. Do I remember Lil the apple basket wielding hobbit? I do. Would you say they're overpowered?
I remember her too.
Yeah, I would. I don't think a dual wielding baskets is overpowered. Yeah. Need an ent class?
So at some point, yeah. here at the in Rivendell, you can actually participate in the Fellowship Leaving, and there's like a couple of prequel quests that you do from these guys over here, and the Hobbit one is actually the best because it's funny.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Like I said, I've mostly just been focusing on the book quest to just level up and take care of that.
Oh yeah.
Are we planning to turn down the intense level of toughness of Osgiliath Tier 2 instances on 115? No. I have no plans to reduce the level of toughness of a Tier 2 content. Don't play Tier 2 if you don't want tough content.
I like tough content. That's actually why, I mean, Mordor has been frustrating because as a minstrel I am very squishy, but I actually am appreciating the challenge of having to know my class, so I can think of a couple of tweaks that would make it a little bit better, but in general, yeah, I like a challenge.
I really like the Find Cuthalion says there's never an ecosystem that doesn't have parasites. A good ecosystem without parasites. I think that's probably accurate regarding, say, the spammers and that sort of thing. It's somewhat inevitable. You're a victim of your success, right? The more successful you are, the more they're attracted to it.
Oh yeah, I mean, if there wasn't a market or a potential market for it, nobody would be, you know, to be fair, for a couple of years there, the game was completely quiet at Goldspan because they didn't see a potential opportunity for their terrible services. Yeah, Hadderb, I'm with you on that one. I mean, I like the fact that I have to work to get stuff done in Mordor. And so it feels more like an accomplishment to get Mordor, yeah. Right?
I mean, I do...
It's kind of easy mode.
I mean, I do appreciate, you know, that, you know, Mordor is, in some cases, significantly more challenging than some of the other content. That was a deliberate decision. You know, and I know not, you know, with any kind of decision like that, there's going to be some people who would prefer that it, you know, offer more scale or what have you. But yeah, we just do not have any plans to do that. Where am I going? What am I doing?
It's also a question of, you know, resources and how much you have backing everything. I mean, not everybody's going to be a huge game company like some other game companies that have, you know, massive amounts of stockpile that they can use to put into their games. I mean, it's just the nature of reality.
Yep.
Where did you go?
I'm heading back to Gloin's camp because we're going next week or whatever. We're going to be going into the treasury there.
Next week, you may hear the sounds of a fern. Well, actually, no, that's tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow I'm getting the Princeton. Because some idiot named me decided to text the wrong date to the guy scheduling, and I thought it was today. Nope, it's tomorrow.
Okay. Oh no, on your heater thing? Okay.
Yeah. That was totally my stupidity on that one. Yeah, good job, me.
Nice, nice. Okay, so quick reminder. This is the final Court of the Rings on Thursdays. I will be back next week on Friday at noon, and I will be updating the calendar within the next couple of days to reflect that. So Friday at noon is the new day and time for Court of the Rings. Thank you very much for watching, though. I really do appreciate you joining us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. If you give us a like on Facebook, you'll get not only these videos, but all the other stuff we post there. Subscribe to us on YouTube to get our videos in your subscription feed. And follow us on Twitch to be notified when we're going live with shows just like this one. You can also find our full schedule of streaming over on Twitch, and man, are we busy. We have got a ton of streams on Lotro Stream, and a lot of good streams as well. So we hope you check that stuff out as well. All right, thank you very much. I will see y'all next week. Bye-bye. And thanks
You
again,
realize that
Druidspire.
I'm off on Fridays. You're always welcome.
Nice.
So, yeah, this will be fun.
Cool. All right, I'll see you around.